Hey guys, how's it going? Comparing here. So there's been a lot of news in regards to Blizzard in the last week or so. A lot of it I can't really make much sense of, but it has inspired some thoughts that I think are pretty vivid, and I want to share you guys those thoughts and my impressions of what's going on. So pretty much it all started with these guys over in France. They made a company, Vivendi, some years back, and because Blizzard is publicly traded on the stock market, these guys ended up buying a large portion of Blizzard, so they control Blizzard and all that stuff. They had majority, whatever, I don't know the financial crap. But basically, these guys were broke, and Blizzard wasn't really doing that well either. So they cut a deal where they bought the majority back. And Blizzard did this, and they paid them a bunch of money or some shit like that. And I try to make sense of this event, but honestly, I'm not really, that knowledgeable in this domain to really figure out what the fuck's going on. So all I know is probably both, but at least one of the parties needs the monies. And this is an important thing nowadays when you're making games, apparently. Now the reason I bring this up is over the last week, maybe week and a half or so, they've announced that in World of Warcraft there's going to be a lot more like microtransaction stuff. So you can buy different hat for your character and all that stuff. And this is too new. I mean, for a very long time, even when I played back in Wrath of the Lich King, they had all this random bullshit mounts that you could buy for $20 and all that. So bringing in the microtransactions isn't anything new, but the fact that they've come up with a new type of them, gear modification type of microtransactions, means that they're kind of trying to rake in some more monies out of people playing World of Warcraft. Now, there's not that many people playing World of Warcraft as opposed to several years back, but there's still quite a sizable amount. In fact, they came up with the numbers, and apparently there's still almost 8 million people playing World of Warcraft, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that's over $100 million in subscription fees per month. And if you can compare that to the type of games that they release and how much those typically sell for, you can kind of, see the picture that World of Warcraft really is how Blizzard gets the majority of its money these days. And, I'm sure that's no surprise to a lot of people. But what is a surprise is that World of Warcraft is going down. Blizzard is not doing that well. I mean, we've played the last few games they came up with, played the last few expansions they came up with in World of Warcraft. Not too impressed myself. I mean, I've played games, in my opinion, of at the very least equal caliber. I played Neverwinter. Neverwinter as a game was actually unbelievably good. Obviously the company behind the game was pretty shit, but nonetheless we can see that out there's companies with the capabilities of putting out some really, really high quality games without even mentioning what I might be playing nowadays. But the heart of the issue is that once upon a time, back when I was a kid, back when I was playing Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft, even Diablo 3, these games were so anticipated, at least by myself and a lot of people I knew at the time, that we would have just paid anything. I mean, when Diablo 3 came out, I made the statement that I don't really care how much they charge us for Diablo 3. If Diablo 3 cost $300, before playing it, of course, I would have bought that shit. Yeah, $500. Yeah, probably. I mean, you just pay whatever you want. The people who are buying your game will pay anything if it's good enough. And Blizzard really took a monopoly, at least in my eyes and in the eyes of many, apparently, because they are a pretty big business nowadays, on the fact that they were releasing the absolute most kick-ass games out there. And they can just do whatever the fuck they want. It's like, yeah, subscription fees, well, $60. An expansion, another $60, $40. It didn't matter. I didn't give a shit. The game was so good. And any game I played from Blizzard, back in the day, was incredible. So they made a lot of the money with this fact. They're putting up the best content out there, and it was so far above the other shit that was out there that they made a really, really solid business out there. Nowadays, World of Warcraft, their biggest source of income, I've played it. I've played it when Mists of Pandaria came out. I did the raiding thing, I did the PvP thing a little bit. I enjoyed myself, but, it's the same old shit. The ideas are still just the same as when they came up with the game. You come up with an expansion, you reset everything, and then you just, see what happens. And you reset it again every now and then, and it's okay, but the experience is the same. The experience hasn't changed. It's not new. It's not revolutionary. It's not inspiring. And that's really where they falter. So in my eyes, past all the financial crap, past all the, microtransaction stuff, obviously Blizzard needs some of our hard-earned money, but, they really have to put up some really, really solid games in the near future for that to happen, I believe. And it's kind of a sad state of affairs, because I feel that, when a company becomes as big as Blizzard, you have to deal with so much random bullshit, and you can't really focus on the games as much as you once could. So, yeah, very disappointing. But we'll see what's coming up around the corner over at the Blizzard office. And maybe there's going to be some pretty kick-ass games in the future. Though, I'm not as optimistic as I once was. Oh well. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.